We are doing Ruby the Copycat, and today is our Adventures in Writing Day. Yesterday you took your test and you did a great job on the comprehension test. Today we're going to move into Adventures in Writing. Remember that you will get team celebration points when you are working hard on this goal for actively listening, restating, and following all of these looks like and sound like things that we've just talked about. All right, we are going to move on. Well, today we're moving on to Adventures in Writing. And our Adventures in Writing, we've mentioned this all week, but today you're actually going to do it. You're going to discuss it with your group. You're going to discuss it with your partner. You're going to help each other plan and come up with all of those great ideas about what you can write about. We are going to write a poem. This is the kind of poem that we are going to write. It is called an acrostic poem.
Our team cooperation goal today continues to be explain your ideas and tell why, and this will become extra important when you work with a partner to share your ideas for your essay and when you give feedback during the revising and editing stages. Our writing goal today is to write a personal essay, and so today I'm going to ask you to write an essay for me about your fears. What your fears are and what you might do to overcome them. I'd like you to look as I read this aloud to you, please. One thing I have in common with Leslie Burke is that my family also does not own a television set.
Let's read our prompt for our writing so that we have a better understanding of what our job is going to be when we do this by ourselves. In the story, Ruby the Copycat, Ruby tries to fit in by copying everything her new classmate Angela does. But Ruby finds out that she doesn't need to copy. She is a unique person too. Just like Ruby, each one of you are unique.
Jess has a lot of fears, but the morning before he goes to Washington, D.C. with Miss Edmonds, he thinks about how he can overcome his fears. Write a short personal essay for the teacher that discusses your fears. In the first paragraph, describe your fear. Tell what you're afraid of and why. In the second paragraph, tell how you think you could work on overcoming your fear or fears. Remember to write your ideas in complete sentences. I want you to think in your head, what are some important parts of this prompt that you would need to be aware of as you head off on this writing assignment today? And when I say go, you're going to share with your partner.
If your acrostic poem spells out your name, that's already 15 points, just for using your name. And I know you all know how to spell your name. So you're already halfway there. The first line of the poem is going to begin with, instead of this where it says your name, that's where your name is actually going to go. Like Cody said, his would say, Cody is. That's another 10 points right there.
Look either up here at my scoring guide or the scoring guide that you have in front of you. Talk with your partner about the portions that you need to make sure you have in order to do well on this personal essay.
I want you to talk to your partners about this. I really want to hear you say, pretend you're like the write-on dudes. When you don't know what to write, what are you going to do with your partners?
Brainstorm.
You're going to brainstorm. And what does brainstorming look like and sound like? Asking
questions. Brainstorm for more information.
All right, so let me hear you. Ask questions to get more information while you're brainstorming this with your partner.
Peyton is young, has energy. Peyton is young. P-Y-E.
He could write some, he could use a different idea so he wouldn't have three that were the same, couldn't he? What kind of ideas could you give him? Say,
I get it. I get what I'm going to write.
I like how you use very good.
What my planning guide, my web, would look like. The fear is in the middle, and then off of that I have two branches, two other webs.
All right, so good job.
I want everyone to have in front of them the scoring guide because we're going to stop every couple of minutes and check to make sure you're using the scoring guide as you write. If it were me, I would pull my web out of my notebook so that it could sit to one side while I wrote my draft. Go.
Yes. So far, yes.
I'm going to put the rubric back up here, so you will have that rubric to help guide your partner to your finished product.
Read it aloud with expression to your partner. Okay. Any suggestions they give you, jot those down so that when it's time for you to revise and do your final, you have those. Then you need to listen carefully as your partner reads their draft. Have that scoring guide in front of you because that's one of the things you want to check. And then when you've both shared, then take a couple of minutes to make the changes to your essay that your partner suggested you make.
In Bridge to Terabithia, Jess was afraid of afraid of water, but I am afraid of rattlesnakes because they're just so creepy, and because when I was a child I saw a snake and da 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 da.
Saw a snake in the period.
Yeah, saw a
Or
snake.
a comma, and the comma right there.
Creepy?
Yeah, right after creepy.
Cody is cool. Cody is often a good person. Dirt bikes are my favorite. And I'm a yo-yo expert.
Good, that's what we want to see.